Well, Adrian, we've known Tasha for a long time through a lot of things that she's gone through, which is a lot.
Yeah.
The fact that she would take the time and tell her story and do the research to figure out,
Yeah.
that your resilience has limits and that, to be shatterproof, you've really got to be proactive. I mean, there were just so many good things. I'm curious. Give me two or three of your takeaways.
I think this was one of the most salient and timely podcasts we've done in a long time, because I'm hearing this over and over again. People are saying, look, and the people we know, they're all smart. They know control what you can control, ground yourself. They know all the tricks of the trade, and they're going, and I'm still stressed. I'm still at 100. I've reached that resilience ceiling, and I can't do anything else. And what do? Like she says, they blame themselves because we're all these stressed out strivers. And then you combine everything else that's going on in the world, and people don't know how to respond. So I think this is great. Some real practical strategies to say, okay, here's the 4 things you do.
Yeah. Isn't it interesting? I never thought of your resilience having a ceiling.
Yeah.
And that you realize that, because when you're pushing through, it's like you can do this. You've done harder things. And we feel like there is no limit to the grit, what you call it, the grit gaslighting, which I thought was a great phrase.
Yeah. And what do we say? Yeah, rub some dirt on it, get back out there, right?
Yeah, come on, suck it up. You can do this, right? Isn't that interesting? The 3 needs that she came up, which weren't what I thought she was going to say. We always say, well, I need to be affirmed and I need to be cared for. And she said, no, I need to be confident. I need to be connected. And choiceful. Need to be choiceful. Isn't that interesting? We're choiceful.
Yeah. Because both of us wanted to ask, what does that really mean? But we didn't want to seem like we were dumb. So
I don't think that's a real word in Scrabble. I think if you challenge that, you'd lose. That's not a word.
But it is. It's to have some sort of mastery over our own dominion and our own world and things. But that gets taken away in so many cases. So I love some of the things that she was pointing out. Like, first off, pay attention. What is it that feels different? Like her CEO Grace said, and then you take those triggers seriously. You start identifying what is it that's limiting me. And, you talk about this a lot. It's that voice inside your head that could be your greatest advocate or your biggest enemy. And then you have to make this point where you pivot away from and leave those self-limiting behaviors behind. But I love what she said. Just choose one small thing. Doesn't have to be huge to begin.
Yeah. I got such a chuckle. She's got a delightful sense of humor, and we've known her a long time. And she always has those little quips that make you kind of giggle. But when she was talking about the CEO and that, she doubled down on perfectionism.
Yeah.
And it's like trying to fold a fitted sheet.
Which I have done. And it's like, how do they do that in those hotels? Yeah.
Yeah. My wife, Heidi, has a system. It still looks like crap, but at least it's sort of all in one place. But, if you're trying to perfectly fold a fitted sheet, you're never going to get there. I love that. The idea, too, that there is a better way was, to me, really revealing. Yeah. We've pushed through. Take a minute and say, you know what? Yeah. There's a better way. And she gives you that better way in the book, which I think is really interesting. The 2-2-2 is my last one.
Yeah.
2 minutes, 2 hours, 2 days. I was with her on the 2 minutes and 2 hours. The 2 days, I thought, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, but if you are going through something hard, if you're going through something hard, you may need to say, I'm taking this weekend. I'm turning off my phone. We've done it. You go to your getaway in the upper Adirondacks. I do this too, where you kind of have, okay, I'm shutting off everything except emergencies for family, but not work. And you just need time for our brains to settle.
Yeah, that downtime. Well, the book is Shatterproof. It's out everywhere. It's a New York Times bestseller. It was #1 in what was
actually it wasn't a New York Times. She was saying she didn't want to do all the the tricks we have to jump through.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. But she was saying, it's a financial week or whatever it is. Kind of book to read and things. But yeah. Well, I mean, what an amazing read.
Yeah, she really is. We're part of, the 100 Coaches group. She's been in there from the early days, and she's just such a contributor and such an inspiration. Uh, when I think of it, other people that really inspire me when it comes to, podcasting and content and so on, one name comes to mind for me. I'm interesting if it's the same name that comes up for you.
Let's say it together. 1, 2,
One,
3.
2, 3.
Brent Klein!
He is. He gets this, all this mishigash, as we say in New York, and makes it beautiful, the masterpieces in the mess, as well as Christy Lawrence, who's been with us for so long and gets this just the most interesting guest. She really does help us make this look really good. Of course, we've got our thanks that we want to give to all our wonderful listeners here that take the time to listen to our podcast. And please follow us on LinkedIn. Look us up on thecultureworks.com. We've got all kinds of great tools there for you to help you build the culture that you want and to thrive within that culture.
And after, I think, 4 or 5 years of doing this, I'm not sure exactly, but we're about to restructure this podcast and we're about to relaunch. And so we're really excited about that. So stay with us and keep checking out thecultureworks.com for some free resources to help you and your team thrive. We also love speaking to audiences around the world on topics like leadership, culture, resilience, things like that. Give us a call. We'd love to talk to you about your event.
Yeah. And as always, Adrian, even though I've interjected here in what seems to be the wrap up, I want to give you the last word.
Well, thanks everybody for joining us. Until next time, we wish you the best of mental health.